I think ultimately what separates us is the craftsmanship, the gemstones that we use. So we go all the way from rough to jewelry. And that requires a lot of expertise throughout the whole value chain. In Thailand, we've had a factory since 1988, so we've been manufacturing here for many years, and we have very, very skilled craftsmen, and we rely on them 100%. In fact, we give them the leeway and we give them room for them to use their creativity. So if we give them a design, we still allow them to interpret that design based on their own artistic feel and artistic knowledge. So we have a team of very experienced craftsmen. We empower them, and we also rely on them to elevate the quality that we have in our factory. Thailand is a very large manufacturer of jewelry, so there's a very large hub here for the jewelry industry. There's a very strong ecosystem. You have colored stones that come from Sri Lanka, from Burma. They're manufactured here. So you have a supply of colored stones. You have a lot of diamond traders that you can also source from. And you also have skilled labor. You have good logistics. It's easy to bring the goods in and out. You have facilities from the government. So we have certain core values that were passed from generation to generation. So these core values are integrity. How do you always act honestly, do the right things, protect your consumers, sell them the right product at the right price. You have to look after them. So integrity is very important. And my father taught us that your reputation is your most important asset. That if you lose that reputation, then all your jewelry is worth nothing because you cannot sell them. Working hard. I grew up watching my father work hard, extremely hard, make sacrifices, because without hard work, you cannot really build a business. So that's what every generation did over time. They really worked hard. So that's one lesson that was passed on. The other one is to have courage. You cannot run a business, you cannot buy important diamonds if you don't have the strength, if you don't have courage, because sometimes you can make mistakes. Sometimes you may lose money, sometimes you make money. And I think there's another element that we brought in as the fourth generation, and it's the one of putting family first. Because my father was alone, my grandfather was alone, my great-grandfather was alone, but it's the first time in the fourth generation where we have three brothers working together. We are all co-guardian, and the message behind the co-guardianship means that we are owners responsible for the company. We are only guarding the heritage, and we have to prepare it for the next generation. Yes, so when we first were handed over the company as the fourth generation, it was in 2010. And as you can imagine, from 2010 to 2021, a lot has happened. Consumer preferences have changed. People travel a lot more. We have social media, so everybody likes the same merchandise. Everybody's exposed to all the brands. So today, customers are a lot more knowledgeable. And customers expect more transparency. They expect more information. They want to also know more about the brand. Why should they trust the brand? Why should they buy a product from the brand? Today, our challenge is to remain relevant and adapting to the market changes. So as an example, we will be early next year launching for the first time at Mouawad an e-commerce platform. The second change is that we're known for creating very high-end jewelry masterpieces that are quite pricey. But that market is a small market, and the market for jewelry between 30,000 baht to about 1 million baht is growing. So what we want to do now is try to use our high-end positioning to try to launch collections within these price points so we can touch more people. We can enable more consumers to buy our products. And I think ultimately what separates us is the craftsmanship, the gemstones that we use. So we go all the way from rough to jewelry. And that requires a lot of expertise throughout the whole value chain. My wish is to touch more people with our jewelry, with our collections. So I hope 10 years from now, Mouawad will become more affordable and that the market for us will be much larger. So we started working with this universe in 2019, and we decided to sponsor the organization to start creating crowns, because crowns are a good symbol for jewelers to royalty. And so this is our second year doing it in Thailand. Last year we had the crown representing the power of authenticity, and this year we came up with the theme Flame of Passion. Crown, with the Flame of Passion crown, would represent both the emotions and the analytical part, the mind, the head, and the heart. So at the center of the crown you will see a heart, which is in reddish color, just to illustrate the fire, the flame. And at the top we have a symbol that represents the head. And the message is that when your heart and when your head are both aligned in one direction, and that direction is good for society, then you are using your passion to do good in the world. So I'm very passionate about the latest project, CI Talks. Why? It's because we're using the voice of celebrities and experts to try to come up stories that spark change, stories that inspire people to take action and become better. It's through videos that are easy to understand, easy to digest, founded by Fasai as well, as you know, Miss Universe 2019. So we both co-founded that company, and the goal is to have as many coaches as possible provide content that will initiate change, positive change in people and the communities around them. I'd like to encourage all companies, whatever product they produce, not to only produce a product, but try to also convey a message and to help other people do good in the world. I think we all, businesses have the responsibility of also making a social impact. And this is what we do at Mouawad, and I would like to encourage other entrepreneurs to think of their own ways to make a social impact through their businesses. You know, I think about this issue a lot. Sometimes I wake up in the morning and I want to do more, and I'm never satisfied, and I always want to improve myself. And I think I came up with the conclusion that that's who I am. It's a character. And I like learning. I like challenging myself. I get bored very easily. So I need to keep on moving forward. I need to feel the sense that I'm learning and that I'm growing and that I'm contributing. And that's really what drives me.